Hello, hello, lovely people, lovely English learners. I hope you're well. I hope that you've had a good weekend so far, and hopefully you're okay. Lovely to have you. Lovely to see you. Very nice that you could join. Hello. So nice to have you and see you. Thank you very much for joining. Hello. So I'm here again, another Sunday to be with you. Thank you for letting me in your house again on this Sunday. I don't know where you are, but we had such strange weather a few minutes ago. Hi, Firuza. We had such strange weather a few minutes ago. So initially it started off really nice and sunny. And then it suddenly got cloudy, and then we had a downpour of rain and lightning and thunder, and you know it it all happened at the same time. And then it started getting nice and sunny again. So we had a mixed bag of all sorts. We had a mixed bag of all sorts. Yeah. A bit of sun, a bit of rain, a bit of thunder, a bit of lightning, mixed bag of all sorts. That's what we had a few minutes ago, which is very strange. You're saying it's gloomy there. Yeah. It's difficult to plan, isn't it? If you're getting ready to go out, or worse still, if you've got kids that you need to dress and get them ready to go out. It's a bit difficult to plan. You know, especially if you don't have a car or anything, then that's a bit difficult. Mixed bag of all sorts, S-O-R-T-S, a mixed bag of all sorts, a mixed bag of all sorts. It's an idiom. It means we had a little bit of everything. We had a mixed bag of all sorts. Okay. Do you save this live? Excuse me. Yes, I will be saving the live. It will go straight onto YouTube, and it will live on YouTube. I'm not going to delete it yet. Yeah. Initially means suddenly. Absolutely. So, how are you, everybody? How have you been? Have you been keeping busy? Have you been keeping busy? That's an idiom. Have you been keeping busy? Yeah. Have you been keeping busy? What have you been doing? So if somebody asks you, have you been keeping busy? Usually you either say yes, and then you list what you've been doing, or you say, no, I've just been crashing on the couch, binge watching Netflix, or I've just been resting the whole weekend, or, you know, that's how you say it. Have you been keeping busy? Yes. Have you been keeping busy? That's the idiom that we use. Excuse me. Have you been keeping busy? Very good. So use that if you live in an English-speaking country, and you've got colleagues or friends, neighbours, anybody. Make sure you use that if you can. Have you been keeping busy? Yeah. Thank you, Samira. That's very kind of you. Usually if somebody asks you, have you been keeping busy? Yeah, you know, at the weekend, usually I like to let my hair down. Oh my God, I'm bombarding you with idioms today, aren't I? I like to let my hair down. I like to let my hair down. That means I like to relax. But I like to let my hair down is usually something that ladies tend to use. If you're a gentleman, if you are a guy, a gentleman, you might want to say, I like to put my feet up. I like to put my feet up. Some people believe that idioms might vary depending on if the speaker is a man or a woman. So different people have different preferences. Yes, I like to let my hair down. Susie, PG, that means I like to relax. Yeah. Why did you change your hairstyle? What do you mean change? Do you mean cut my hair or push it back? If you mean push it back, it was in my face, so I wanted to push it back. And I changed the length of it because it was just too long. And it was getting quite heavy for my head, so I went and cut my hair. Put my feet up. Yes, lovely. I'm not too sure about letting people to come up and talk to me, because whenever I invite someone to come up and speak with me, everybody just disappears. So if there is anybody in this live right now who is serious and would like to come up and speak to me, please do. But if I accept you, don't just cancel, okay? I'd love for someone to come up and talk to me. Last week we had one of my very, very good friends who came up and spoke to us, Siamak, who also lives in the UK. He came up and spoke, and since then I've had so many messages from people saying, you know, wow, he seemed so confident and his English was really good, and good for him, you know, that he gets to speak English and feel confident in everything. And that can be you as well. It doesn't have to be anybody else. Okay. A lot of people aren't happy about coming up. Okay. Anyway, if anybody is serious about coming up and have a chat, do definitely come up and have a chat with me. Couldn't you speak Persian, Ali Reza? Ali Reza, whenever I do speak Persian, all of these people that you see on the live right now, they start screaming in their text messages. They start saying, no, speak English, don't speak Farsi. So, unfortunately, I can't speak Farsi. Yeah, Siamak, you're very welcome. Yeah, I've had lots of messages from students, definitely. Zahra Mohit, what is meaning come up? Come up, it means all of you are watching this live. So if anybody wants to come up. If you want to come and talk to me, then I will click and you can be with me in this live and we can have a little chat if you want to. That would be nice. Okay. Oh, here we go. So we've got a few requests. I don't know many of these people. I don't know. But I will get you, Zahra. Yeah. Who asked, so I'm going to get you with you. I'm new here. Where are you from? I'm from the UK. Very nice of you to join me. Do you speak English with your family or just Farsi? Actually, I do speak Farsi with my family, mainly in English. I wish I could speak Farsi a little bit. Hello, who am I talking to? Come on. اینقدر من ترسناکم. Seriously. اینقدر من وحشتناکم. Come on. Can you bring me up? Mary English. Let's see if I can do that. I'm not very good with these things. Let's see. Can I try that? Let's see. I would absolutely love to talk to somebody. It's usually just me here talking. I want you to hear other people as well. Sorry. Who am I talking to, please?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm super excited. I didn't actually expect that.
No, I'm more excited than you that someone else is in my life. Nobody comes in my life. So nice to have you. So what's your name?
At the beginning of my closet, the door was open and all my clothes was obvious. I'm so embarrassed.
No, don't worry.
So how are you?
I'm great. What's your name, please?
My name is Marzia, and actually I'm connecting with you through my English speaking page, and it's my greatest honor to have this opportunity to talk to you.
Oh, thank you. When you say my greatest honor, you make me blush. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Very nice of you. So are you in Iran right now? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm living in Iran, in the eastern part of the country.
Eastern part of the country. Okay. Is it hot where you are right now?
Actually, the place where I live is the southern Khorasan. This place mostly has a dry climate, and during the summer we have a very long and hot summer with some hot winds, specifically during this month, which is more hot. And actually, when the winter starts, it becomes very cold and dry, and you have to use a lot of layers of clothes in order to protect yourself from the cold. So yeah, but actually one very important point about my country, my province is that at night the weather is perfect, like it's awesome. But in the afternoon and the afternoon, it's very hot, and people don't go out during this time.
I can imagine. I can imagine it would be really, really hot. Oh, so nice, so nice. So you've got both extremes. You've got really hot and really cold throughout the year, haven't you? You've got a bit of both. Right, right. Oh,
Actually, yes. So we don't have something in moderate. We don't have something in between. You would experience whether the very hot or very cold. At the beginning, 2 weeks of the beginning of spring, the weather is super cool. It's very amazing when you want to go out. You actually enjoy the weather, and I think that most of the people who are living in southern Khorasan, they try to choose the beginning of spring in order to travel, in order to go around the different parts of the sceneries of the province, of the county.
okay. So they try to make the most of it during the time when the weather is a little bit more mild, a bit more tolerable, so they're not in the very, very hot or very cold weather temperatures. That makes sense. It definitely makes sense. They want to make the most of where they're visiting and everything. Okay. You told me that you're connecting through your English page. So are you an English teacher in Iran?
In comparison with you, I don't dare to call myself an English teacher, but I'm practicing it actually. It's been more than 10 years that I've been teaching in Birjan, which is the capital city of Southern Khorasan, and I have studied English translation actually for my BA and my MA, and since then I've been practicing my English, and I got IELTS test. Like every 2 years, I try to reiterate it, and then I've got the highest point I got was 8.5 over the band score, and I'm still working on getting the band 9 score. So this is what I it's a wish that I'm always dreaming about.
Mm.
So I hope that someday I will be able to just get 9.
I'm
Nine stars.
for you. I'm sure you'll
Thank you.
manage. I'm sure you'll manage. You know what? If I wanted to teach Farsi, I'm sure I wouldn't be as good as you are when you're teaching English. So I think you're doing a really, really good job. I think you're doing a fantastic job. Thank you so much that you're spreading the word and you're teaching the language correctly to students, because I'm sure you're aware as well. There are lots and lots of pages out there on Instagram, lots of channels, lots of teachers who don't know, but they're actually not intentionally, obviously, they might be teaching incorrect English to their students,
Yeah.
and then it's like a ripple effect. Everybody is learning the incorrect version, which doesn't really help. But with your expertise and your qualifications, I'm sure your students are very grateful to all the time and everything. And fingers crossed, you're going to get that 9 as well very soon, hopefully.
That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Actually, before I started teaching, I tried to learn any details about the grammar, about the vocabulary, and everything. Like I never came to a class before I studied maybe 5 hours before, because I always imagined about the questions that my students may have, and I try to answer those questions to myself beforehand. And after that I prepared myself 100%. Then I step into the class and try to teach, teach in a way that my students can trust me. This is my motto. Your students should trust you. This is what I have always relied on in order to prepare myself as a teacher.
That sounds amazing. It honestly sounds amazing because you've got the ingredients of making a fantastic teacher. It's not always what you know, it's how you teach it. I know somebody who's very, very close to me. I've known this person very well, and I've known him for a long time. He's a professor in physics, so he knows his subject really, really well, inside out. But for the life of him, he can't teach the subject really well. So knowing something and then teaching it are two completely different things, and it seems as though you've got the whole package. So I honestly wish you the very best of luck. Hopefully you'll be messaging me soon and saying, Layla, I got that 9 finally, because you've worked really, really hard for it. So
I hope so.
very well done, very well done. It was lovely talking to you, Marzia. Thank you so much.
I hope that I can be in your other lives, in other times, because that was really, really amazing that you gave me this opportunity to have the honor to talk to you. You're amazing. I always follow a lot of things that you post, you share, and I try to actually. Um, I try to make my accent as close as yours, but I'm not very successful in that, but I'm trying my best. You are the best. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so. No, I'm blushing right now. Thank you so much, Marzia. Take care of yourself. It was lovely to have you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Have a nice time.
Good luck.
Goodbye.
Good luck. Bye bye. Oh, how lovely. How lovely. How wonderful. Lovely. See, I don't bite. I will not. Please do. Please do. If you want to come up and talk to me, please do. There is a young lady here who is on the live. Young lady. She knows who she is because I've spoken to her a lot. I have asked her to come up and be in the live with me, but she won't. Young lady, you know who you are. But yes, Marzia, thank you so much for talking to me. It was really nice to get to know you and talk to you, and best of luck on your IELTS exam. You know what? I'll be very honest with all of you. I'll be frank. I'll be honest. If you, I'm just thinking, if you gave the IELTS exam to a typical, normal native English speaker, they would have no idea what IELTS is, what it means, everything that you need to learn, all of you, all the skills that you need to know, taking notes, everything that you need to know, getting ready for the test, listening for the information in the listening section with IELTS, and it's not in the same order of the question, because you might hear something that belongs to question number 3 right at the beginning, right? It's not in the same order. Or the writing that you need to do following us, all of these that you need to do. There is no way, absolutely no way, that a typical native English speaker could get anything above maybe a 5 or a 6, and that's purely because that's all they know, not that they've sat and studied for it. So all of you are much ahead, much more ahead than English speakers. Okay, lovely. So let's get on to a few idioms. So have you been keeping busy? What's new with you? What's new with you? I always like to ask this because I just want to know, do you have any news? Has anything new happened to you since I last spoke to you? What's new with you? What's new with you? Okay. And then we talked about the weather being a bag of all sorts right at the beginning. We said the weather has been like a bag of all sorts. We've had all sorts of things. This was the case in Manchester. I don't know about other cities, because I recently spoke to another student a few minutes ago, and they were saying it's different down in London. So in Manchester, we had a bag of all sorts anyway. I have had a few hiccups. Hiccup. I've had a few hiccups with my car insurance, right? I've had a few hiccups with my car insurance. Hiccup by itself is siksikya, yeah? When you get a hiccup. Hiccup is siksikya, but when we use it in an idiom, it means little problems. So I've had a few hiccups with my car insurance. My poor car is just lying there outside. I can't use it. Reason being, excuse me, the reason being, initially I had insurance on my car, and then the car insurance ran out, obviously. And since then, I haven't been able to find a quote that I'm happy with for my car, for car insurance. So my car is just lying there, poor thing, and I can see it every day, and I'm not using it. So I need to get a quote, but I'm not prepared. I am honestly not prepared. I was paying, I think it was just under £80 I was paying for insurance, which was really good. And they said it was with Tesco Insurance. They said if I wanted to roll over onto the next month, it would jump from 80 to £215. There is no way, absolutely no way, that I'm going to pay from 80 jump up to 200 and something pounds. I mean, I wouldn't be caught dead going for those kind of prices. It's ridiculous, going from 80 to 200 and something. And I phoned the lady up. I actually called her up on the insurance company, the Tesco Insurance, and I said, would you be prepared to jump from 80 to 220, obviously? Would you do that every single month? I mean, these are extortionate prices that you're getting people to pay. And she agreed with me, obviously. She sympathized with me and she said, no, that is really, really high. You know someone who can help? Okay, please do. Please do let me know. I mean, is there anybody here who is happy with their insurance company? Anyone who can suggest any kind of insurance at all? Do let me know, because I would very much like to know. Yes, Leila, I have this problem now. Yeah, that's from Najmeh. It's difficult to get hold of good car insurance because you can pay for very cheap car insurance. But firstly, sometimes some insurance types, they're cheap. They come with a box. I can't remember what it's called. Is it called a I can't remember what it's called, sorry. It's some type of box that they install inside your car, and this box monitors the distance that you travel, the speed at which you travel. You're very limited in how far you can travel in a car. And I've got two teenagers, so at any moment we might all decide to just, I don't know, jump in the car and go to Newcastle, jump in the car and go to London, jump in the car and go to a park or whatever. I don't want to be limited by how far I can travel. That's the whole idea of getting a car. So I'm not prepared to go and get cheap car insurance, which has one of these boxes installed. Black box, is it called? Because we have a black box in an aircraft as well, don't we? Yeah, I'm not prepared to go with those. I'm very happy to pay a little bit extra, but just a bit extra, mind, just a bit extra, not go from 80 to 200 and something. That's like 3 times what I was paying. It's unthinkable, honestly, it's unbelievable. I know that a lot of people are agreeing with me. I think, yes, excellent, yes, yeah. Some people are agreeing with me here. You do need good car insurance, obviously. I recently had an accident. It wasn't my fault. I was driving, I might have said this in one of the lives before. I was driving along the street, along this road, very tight road actually, very narrow and tight road. And a little girl, bless her, a little girl was in the car, a parked car, and I might have explained this before. Her mum had got out of the car just to go and talk to somebody, so the car was parked outside the house, and this girl was in the car. And as I was driving very carefully, I must have been going maybe 5 miles an hour, really carefully. As I was going past this car, this little girl decides to open the door of her car. اینجا توجه کنید از present simple استفاده کردم چون دارم داستان تعریف میکنم. Yeah, decides, not decided, decides. داستان دارم تعریف میکنم. It's present simple. So this girl who is sitting at the wheel of her mum's car, she decides to open the door, and as she does, she scratches the side of my car. So it was the rear driver's door, the driver, the door behind my door, and a part of the body as well. The paint and everything came off it. Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. Fortunately, nobody got hurt because I was going at a snail's pace. Oh my God, another idiom. I was going at a snail's pace. Snail, like a snail, very slowly. I was going, excuse me, at a snail's pace. I was going so slowly. I was going at a snail's pace, but still, the girl opens the door and the side of my car gets all scratched. And fortunately, because I had good car insurance, I didn't even go back to Tesco. I went back to my own car showroom. They sorted it out for me, gave me the courtesy car that I needed and everything. But this is where it really pays to get some kind of insurance that you can trust, in these times. Your story is wonderful. Okay, thank you. Glad you enjoy my story. At a snail's pace. Yes, it means very slow, very slow. Quick question. Is everybody okay with the pace of my speaking, or am I speaking too fast? Just let me know, please. If you're okay with the pace at which I'm talking, just give me a thumbs up. If everyone's happy, because I'm going to try and keep it all English, obviously. Let me know if you're okay with it. Anybody? Yeah, okay. So life happy, Firu is happy. That's okay. Yeah, it's great. Okay, fantastic. As long as you guys are happy. Yeah, because I don't want to ramble on if people don't know what I'm talking about. Lovely, lovely. So yes, that was, thank you, Armita. Thank you, Muhammad. Everybody for replying. Yeah, that was absolutely silly. So these days I've just been living off of either Uber or I don't know, taxi companies around here. That's the only way we've been getting around, which is a drag. It's a drag. It's a drag. When you're talking in English, native English, it's all idioms. It's absolutely all of it idioms. I'm so sorry. It's a drag. It means it's a headache. It's a drag, it's a headache, it's a nightmare, it's trouble, it's a drag, it's a drag. How do you pronounce the word lung? Lung, lung, that's how we pronounce it. Okay. میخوام بگیم ما عادت داریم به تون و لهجه شما چی میگیم؟ We're used to your accent and tone of voice. Yeah, we are used to your accent and tone of voice. SS Sario, could you mind please speak a bit slower? Okay. What's the difference between due to and because? Oh, come on. Due to and because. These are questions that you can find on Google. I had a session a few minutes ago. These questions you can find on Google. Don't ask me these questions. Ask me questions that you can't find on Google, you can't find in textbooks. You can go ask these questions from anybody. You are used to your account and tone of voice. So yes, we are used to your accent and tone of voice. لهجه شما UK has, yes, it's British accent. We are used to. Okay, right. That is my alarm, so that is 7:30. I'm just going to see, I've got people who would like to come up. I don't want people to call me sexist, so I'm going to ask a gentleman to come up so people don't say, Layla, you just choose women. We want to try and be fair to everybody, right? Okay. Please keep speed of your speaking. Okay. I'll try. اگه بخوایم بگیم که ماشین رو گاهی روشن کن که باتری نخوابه چی باید بگیم؟ Oh, that's a good point. Turn the car on every so often. Turn the car on every so often. Every so often. هر چند وقت یه بار. Turn the car on every so often. بخوایم بگیم اون دوران یادش بخیر. We say the good old days. The good old days. The good old days. Okay. Could you please speak a little in normal speed like you talk usually with the other native speakers? That's what I'll try and do. Okay, lots of new words. Yeah, please share your YouTube. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/Layla's English Lab. That's it. Layla's English Lab is one word. youtube.com/Layla's English Lab. So that should be quite straightforward. باج دادن به کسی رو چی؟ Oh my god, باج دادن. I don't know what that means. Sorry. باج دادن. I don't know what that is. Please help me. باج دادن. Okay. Right. So I've gone through these. I just wanted to also let you know, because I know lots and lots of people have asked me about a writing course over, I don't know, the past however many months. I have got a writing course. I've put it on my website. It is, please listen, it is only for, I would say, upper intermediate and above. So it's not for beginners. It's not for anybody who might be in entry 1, entry 2 English. It's definitely for people who are higher level English from around about upper intermediate and above. The writing course is on my website right now. It's got 5 lessons. The first 4 lessons will teach you how to write letters, different types of letters. If you want to give somebody notice, formal notice, you want to give them information, how do you do it? If you're renting an accommodation, you want to let your landlord know that you're leaving. Or you're at work, you want to let your boss know that you're going on holiday, or that something's, I don't know, come up and you're giving them notice. That's a specific type of letter. It has its own format, its own vocabulary. The same with a complaint letter, the same with a letter requesting any information or requesting something. So all of these are in the course, the writing course on my website. One thing I need to add, and that is that these are just self-study. All the lessons are self-study. Unfortunately, I will not have time for any of you to send me your homework, send me your letters. So it's on you. That's the only issue. And that's one of the reasons why I have postponed starting a writing course up to now. It's purely because I don't have an extra pair of hands who can help me go through people's writing and correct them. If you want a template that shows you and teaches you how to write a certain letter, this course is for you, especially if your English is high enough. And if you live in an English-speaking country, obviously you want to communicate in English. This is a very good course for you to have. But again, I don't offer any feedback, or I don't correct the letters or the writing. So I just want to let you know. Okay. Yes, so that's about the writing course. 4 different styles of writing, and the last one is article. Now, an article, you will definitely need to use an article if you're studying at college. Sometimes if you're at university, you will still be asked to write an article. If you're studying any other type of higher level English, I don't know, functional skills, these kind of things, you will be required to know how to write an article, and it will be helpful to you there as well. There is specific formula that we use in how to write. So just to let you know, not that article, no, sorry, a and the, no. Article meaning مقاله, مقاله, not a and the. That's grammar article. I'm sorry, I should have clarified. So 5 lessons, and it's on my website right now. If anybody's interested, go for it. But again, I do not offer feedback on the writing courses. Sorry, purely because I don't have the time and I don't have an extra pair of hands to help me. Okay. Lovely. Hi, could you please correct me? Can I say the weather is so confusing? The weather is confusing. The weather is confusing. The weather isn't confusing. The weather can confuse. Is the weather confusing you as a person? I don't know. the weather can't confuse you. I'm sure the weather might confuse animals and plants and these kind of people, but I don't think it confuses people. Because when you're confused about something, that means you don't know the answer. Yeah. If you have a question or somebody asks you a question or shows you something, you don't know the answer. That's when you say, I'm confused. The weather doesn't really have an answer, so we wouldn't really use it for that. We wouldn't really use confusing. Okay. Lovely. So, as always, I am going to love you and leave you. That's the idiom we use before we say goodbye. So, thank you so much for joining. I hope you've been able to learn a couple of words from me. I hope this session has been useful to you. I'm going to save this and it's going to go straight onto YouTube. It'll live there. I will put it out on a story with the link as well, so you can check it out later, okay? Thank you once again for letting me into your homes. Thank you for giving me your attention on this Sunday evening. Please do enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will hopefully see you next Sunday, okay? Thank you very much, everybody. Have a very good evening. Thank you. Good night.